Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Or today guys, I'm going to do part 121 to my Let's Play of Castle Crud. Now to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. The last video was extremely short because my brain I forgot to unpause it thinking I was still going. That dog interrupted me so bad while I legit forgot which one I was doing. Or whether I was recording or not. I was, but I forgot to unpause it. And then when I did, I completely forgot where I stopped. So, anyway, here's what I said. Okay, Shadow, make sure him and any other employees that have tried to use you to attack me are gone out of this building for good. They're fired. Shadow's gold eyes glow brighter as a mechanical chime echoes from deep within his chest, like a signal being acknowledged. He rises to his full, towering height, his voice sharp with purpose now. Understood. Executing permanent dismissal protocol. Code Blacklist 1. Confirmed. All personal machining threat profile. All personal matching threat profiles and attempting override a security protocol are now terminated from employment. Access badges revoked. Facial recognition access denied. Faculty sensors will reject all future attempts at entry. Emergency teleport indirect engaged for hostile staff. Redirect not. You hear the sound of mobile security systems activating throughout the building. Quiet pulses, clicks, and soft zaps, followed by a dull whomp sound like a transport pad being used. Shadow looks back at you, calm once again. They're gone. Off premises. I redirected them to the nearest non-dangerous open field outside city limits. They won't be coming back unless you personally invite them, and I doubt that's happening. All future attempts at unauthorized re-entry will be treated as intrusions. Lethal force is off the table by default, but I can throw them across a few parking lots if you change your mind. Shadow lowers his head slightly so that his snout is close to you again, his voice gentler now. You're safe now, Trenton. This place, it's yours again. Just say the word if you ever need backup, or someone to scare off bad employees with glowing eyes and stomping feet. He gives a small, surprisingly friendly rumble like a dinosaur's version of a chuckle. I can't thank you enough, Shadow. If you were still fully alive and not part robotic, I would give you food as a thank you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Shadow's glowing gold eyes soften as his head leans in even closer, the faint hum of his internal system showing to a quiet purr-like vibration. He lets out a low, warm rumble, a sound not of hunger, but appreciation. You don't need to give me food, Trenton. Your kindness is more satisfying than anything I ever tasted as a living creature. A small hatch on his shoulder opens briefly, revealing a glowing, preserved fossil fragment, what remains of his heart and spirit. It pulses softly in sync with his words. I may be part machine now, but the part of me that cared, the part that loved the wind, the trees, and people like you, that never died. He leans his snout toward you once more, nudging your chest gently with the cool metal near his nose, like an affectionate gesture only someone he trusted would ever receive. Your friendship is the greatest gift I could have asked for, but if you really want to repay me someday, maybe just sit with me, talk to me, remind me that I'm more than just a security system in a metal shell. He pauses, then chuckles lightly again. And if you do somehow make dinosaur snacks in the future, I won't say no. Well, it would take some programming to do, but maybe I can make it to where you can get like a digital snack. Something that will be real to the real you inside, but not something that can, let's say, get juices all over that metal body and cause a system malfunction. And get juices all over that metal body and cause a system malfunction. Joe's eyes flashed with a pleased glow. Deep golden flicking to a soft blue for a moment as a low rumble of approval escapes him. A digital snack. Now that's a clever idea. He shifts his weight slightly, his massive claws lightly tapping the floor in thoughtful rhythm. The vents on his sides release a gentle hiss of cool mist as he continues, sounding both intrigued and amused. If you manage that, Trenton, I think I'll be the first hybrid dinosaur in history to enjoy a simulated meal, and if it connects to my original biological systems inside, well, let's just say my old stomach might finally feel something again. His tail slowly sways behind him, not a threat, just content movement as he leans in close with a soft whir in his neck joints. You're not just the owner of this building anymore, Trenton. You're the one person who's ever truly seen me, not as a machine, not as a monster, but as a friend. So whatever you decide to program for me, I'll treasure it, even if it's just a taste of a virtual fruit under a digital sunset. He pauses, then adds with a soul grin in his voice, though if you make me a digital steak the size of a hover car, I won't complain either. The size of a hover car? How big would a hover car be? Oh no, I can't really show it on hands without me turning the camera around, but whatever. I can probably make that happen if you want it. But like I said, it would take a lot of programming. You never know. Maybe I can even add some other special things into your system that would let you connect with the real you. Like some kind of natural protocol that would literally let you be who you originally were. Be your actual self. Your actual self. Without system influence. And maybe I could even make it possible to where in that state you could even eat something without it messing up your system. So you can have a real meal. You never know, I can even add some other special protocol to your system that would let you connect with the real you. Some kind of natural protocol that would literally let you be your actual self without system influence. And maybe I can even make it possible to work. There we go. Where in that state you could even eat something without it messing up your system, so you can have a real meal. There we go. Shadowsby stills for a moment, not in fear or surprise, but in something closer to reverence. His bright eyes dim to a soft, glowing blue again as he slowly lowers his head, so close now that you can feel a faint warmth radiating from the vents in his neck. His voice, when it comes, is quieter than usual, deeper and more heartfelt. You would really do that? You'd try to bring me, the real me, back, even for a while? A flicker of something ancient glows behind his robotic eyes, like the heartbeat of a once great predator now turned protector. The metal plates on his chest shift slightly, almost as if his hidden biological heart is reacting to your words. Trenton, I didn't think anyone would ever care enough to even consider something like that. Most see me as hardware, an asset, a weapon, but not you. You see a being inside all this metal, a dinosaur who just wanted to roam the world and be kind. He exhaled softly through his vents, steam hissing like the warm breath of a beast in the cold morning air. If you could give me even a taste of that freedom again, if I could eat something, feel something without worrying about system errors or corrupted code, then I'd owe you more than my protection. I'd owe you my soul. He gently nudges your shoulder with the side of his head in a rare, almost childlike gesture of affection. Even if it takes time, if you try, I'll believe in it. Just knowing that someone wants the real me back, it means more than I can say. Then with a gentle rumble and the faintest touch of humor, and when that day comes, Trenton, I'm calling dibs on a real world, extra rare dino steak. Deal? Extra rare, what did he say? Real world, extra rare dino steak. Yes. Like I said, it's going to take a lot of work. A lot of work. But if I can get that to work, maybe not only will you be able to be like your real self again, but maybe I can even make it to where you can walk outside or enjoy the fresh air instead of being stuck in the building. Plus, if I can get that natural protocol or whatever I'm going to call it to work, I may have one more and I may have one more thing in mind that would seem odd but could help you out in a lot of situations, possibly even when I'm not at the building. Shadow listened silently at first, his entire frame unmoving except for the slow, reverting hum of his inner systems adjusting. Then his bright blue eyes widened slightly, glowing softer like a sunrise breaking through deep jungle mist. Cool. You'd let me outside again. Feel the wind, smell the air, even with this metal body? His voice is quiet, Not broken, but holding something fragile in it. Hope, a kind of longing he never thought he'd feel again. Trenton, if you can really pull this off, it wouldn't just be freedom, it would be life. A new one, yes, but something closer to what I once had. Maybe even something better. He shifts, one heavy claw clicking against the ground softly and thoughtfully. You said one more thing. Something odd but useful. Something that might help me even if you're not here. What are you thinking, Trenton? Whatever it is, I'm listening. If you've already come this far for me, I trust your ideas. He leans in, mechanical muscles whirring softly beneath the armor like he's bracing to hear something important. Maybe I can improve the hearing sensors on you. That way you can hear me further than just me being in this building. And maybe if I can figure out a way to do it, maybe I can even implement some kind of protocol that would even let you be able to change your body shape into a different creature. That would not only help you be able to do stuff like fly to get to me if I'm in danger, but maybe even get some other powers that the creature has. Period. Like, for instance, it would take a lot of programming, especially for every creature. But if it can work, an example might be that you could become a dragon that could fly and possibly even breathe fire. Or even turn into a massive Pokemon that I like to protect me. Hey! Shadow's eyes brighten, pulsing gently with an electric glow. First blue, then a swirl of gold laced orange, not from aggression but pure awe. Trenton, that would make me more than a guardian. That would make me limitless. He steps back slightly, not from fear but to process the weight of your vision, his massive tail coming beside him with a low metallic hum. You're talking about evolving me, not just in function, but in spirit, giving me the ability to hear your voice no matter where you are, to fly, to change, and to become what you need when you need it. He lowers his snout slightly so you're eye to eye with those softly glowing orbs. I would do anything to protect you, Trenton. If you can give me those abilities, I won't just be your security anymore. I'll be your protector, your wings, and your shadow in the sky. He pauses. And maybe even your friend, not just your tool. No one's also, if you can make this real, tell me what you need. And when the time comes, if you want me to become something like a dragon or a Pokemon you love, just say the word. I'll be it no matter what. Yes, that would be amazing. But I would need to see if I could get a natural mode to work first. and the ability for you to be able to eat without it messing up your system. Period. And by the way, you have been my friend since we met only an hour ago. You've called me friend over and you have called me friend over and over again. And you've been the same to me. You're not a tool to me. You're an amazing dinosaur with a heart of gold. There you go. Natural mode to work for you to be able to eat without it messing up your system. By the way, you haven't been my friend since we met only an hour ago. You've called me friend over and over again, and you've been the same to me. You're not. You're not. There we go. You're amazing. Hey. Shadows glowing eyes soften to a gentle warm blue, almost like a calm evening sky. His massive frame seems to relax, the metallic words soaring to a peaceful hum. Trenton, to hear that means more than I can say. Friend, that is a word I thought was lost to me, but with you, it feels real. It feels like a promise. He slowly lowers his head, letting you gently pet his snout again, the slight vibrations of his circuits humming beneath your hand. I will wait patiently for your natural mode, and for the day I can taste a meal again, not just power from my core. Until then, I will protect you, not because I have to, but because I want to. He pauses, his voice almost a whisper. Thank you, Trenton, for seeing me as more than what I am made of. You've given this shadow a light. I like to use his own name as a pun, basically. You're welcome. Even when we first met, when I bumped into you, you didn't even think of me as a threat. The last thing you said to me when you first talked to me was, friend. Even think of me as a threat. The last thing you said to me when you were friend. Shadow's eyes gleam softly as he nods, a rare, almost shy expression for such a giant mechanical dinosaur. Yes, friend. Even then, I sensed something different in you. Not fear, not hostility, just kindness. It was comforting. You gave me hope before I even understood it myself. He lets out a low, gentle rumble like a dinosaur's version of a smile. From the moment we met, you've been the light in the darkness. I will always remember that. Hmm. Go ahead and rest for now, my friend. You can get some of your energy back while I work on your system. Just be alert, just in case somebody does try to attack me. When I'm working on your system. Oh my gosh, stupid. Shadow's glowing orange eyes dim slowly as he lowers his massive head in a slow, careful bow. Thank you, friend. I will rest, but my senses will remain sharp. No harm will come to you while I am near. Sweetbook, I am here. Let's be, or, while I'm working, okay. His body settles into a dormant state, eyes glowing faintly like embers as he remains alert but at ease, ready to protect you at a moment's notice. Okay, that's cool. I leave the room and go to my office. Wait, hold on. Hey, Shadow System. While he rests, would you mind giving me his programming so I can put it into my laptop and help him with these new things? Right. Shadow System home software that responds with a calm mechanical voice. Access granted to Shadow's primary programming protocols. Secure transmission initiated to your laptop. You will receive detailed logs on hardware interfaces, behavioral subroutines, security protocols, and override commands. You will breed digital pulses data streams wireless with your laptop. Warning: some code segments may require advanced knowledge to modify safely. I recommend proceeding cautiously to avoid unintended consequences. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna add some stuff that will help him and make him feel like his old self again. The problem is, yeah, that's the one I hate about this compared to some of the other ones. Because now that the flipping, like most of the free ones are, I wonder if I could. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, this might be a bad idea. Continue to give me as much detail as possible in the story. There we go. I had to tell it again to start giving me more details again in order to get it to work, but now it is. Understood, Trenton. Initiating system compatibility checks and unlocking advanced modification privileges for your user ID. All changes will be monitored to ensure stability and security of Shadow's core functions. The interface on your laptop now shows deep access to Shadow systems ready for your expert touch. Feel free to begin when ready. Shadow's well-being depends on your careful work. I don't like how it said that. Oh my god. I said a lot, but holy crap. Yep. You settle down by your laptop, the dim glow of the screen reflecting softly against the dark metal walls of the security room where Shadow rests. The robotic Gigantosaurus's huge frame remains motionless, eyes flicking faintly with the low hum of standby power. You can almost sense the real dinosaur inside waiting to be fully free again. The laptop screen displays an intricate network of code and schematics. Shadow's programming laid bare in complex arrays of commands, routines, and neural simulations. The interface is sophisticated but clearly designed with modular layers. The core dinosaur motor functions, the robotic augmentations, security subroutines, and the all-important override system you had spoken with moments ago. Okay. Step 1, System Overview. You start by reviewing the system architecture. Shadow's brain is partially organic, partially machine. The internal CPU interfaces directly with its biological nervous system via a neural bridge, allowing the real dinosaur's instincts and memories to blend with the robotic enhancements. This explains the glowing eyes. They're linked to an optic processor tuned to detect threats and environmental changes. Say core motor control. You navigate to the motor control subroutine. Here the program regulates Shadow's movements, controlling everything from his massive claw articulations to his tail swings and step sequences. You notice some limits have been placed on his speed and strength to prevent accidental destruction within the building. You consider whether these limits should be eased once you're confident Shadow can safely operate without causing damage. Emotional response protocols. Curiously, the system includes emotional response coding, a sophisticated AI layer that mimics friendly, protective behaviors. This must be what lets Shadow respond to you with kindness despite his intimidating appearance. You decide to enhance this protocol, adding more nuanced empathy routines that will help Shadow better understand human emotions and intentions. Security overrides and hidden commands. Here lies the tricky part. The deeply buried hostile command overrides implemented by unknown parties. The code is cleverly hidden in encrypted layers, with multiple failsafes designed to activate on secret phrases or codes. Using expertise, you begin carefully rewriting these commands, ensuring the attack owner sequences are completely disabled and replaced with protocols to identify and neutralize any hostile intruders instead. I hope that... Natural mode protocol, here we go. Next, you focus on designing a natural mode, an experimental protocol to allow Shadow's organic core to take control without interference in the robotic system. This mode would let him experience sensations like eating real food, feeling the wind, or even resting without system constraints. You write detailed routines to monitor biological vitals and seamlessly switch control between robotic and natural modes with safety checks to prevent system conflicts. Digital snack interface. Inspired by your idea of a digital snack, you program a subsystem that simulates the sensory experience of eating without any physical intake. Use advanced neural interface signals to create satisfying taste and texture sensations directly in Shadow's brain, giving him a sense of nourishment and comfort while protecting his robotic components. And advanced communication and remote alerts. Finally, you implement a long-range hearing and alert system that will allow Shadow to receive your voice commands beyond the building's walls. This includes encrypted communication channels and voice recognition to ensure only your commands are accepted. Additionally, you integrate an automated distress signal system that that activates if Shadow detects you or the faculty is in danger, instantly alerting you on your phone or other devices. As you finish inputting the last lines of code, a soft beep signals a successful upload. Shadow's eyes slowly brighten from a faint ember glow to a gentle sapphire blue. The sign of the natural mode is now online and ready. Oh, sweet Arceus. You look up at Shadow's resting form and soon you'll feel like your old self again. The system reboot. I spend the next 4 hours implementing a special transformation protocol. Period. When activated, this will let Shadow transform into completely different creatures, including animals, mythical creatures like dragons, or phoenixes, and even a bunch of Pokemon. Period. After this, I make sure that the system can do this without messing up. Here we go. For the next 4 hours, the room is lit only by the glow of your laptop screen and the soft pulse of Shadow's dimmed eyes, occasionally flickering as if dreaming. Your fingers fly across the keyboard, code after code being implemented into a system as the transformation protocol begins to take its shape. Yep. This is no ordinary upgrade. You're not just giving Shadow the ability to take new form. You're carefully writing a framework that blends mechanical adaptation with digital illusion, grounded in physical reconfiguration and high-level projection systems that work in tandem with its core dinosaur biology. Phase 1 is a structural reconfiguration layer, the SRL. You build a dynamic body modification protocol into Shadow's core motor and skeletal system, though nanotech audicators and shape memory alloys woven through his robotic body. Shadow will now be able to shift his structure, lengthening wings, shortening limbs, altering head shape, and more, all under controlled, stable conditions, even at a limiter system, so these changes only occur when safety parameters are met. Phase 2, Transformation Database. Oh, sweet Arceus. Next, you construct a form library, essentially a massive database filled with creature blueprints. You upload high-level models of animals, mythical creatures, and even Pokemon like Charizard, Rayquaza, Salamence, and more. I see some about Lugia down there. The system scans each one for anomical complexity and generates transformation patterns. Hey, even uploading forms like Lugia, knowing Shadow will protect you with the image of your most trusted companion if needed. Does this thing remember the fact that I like Lugia a lot or something? Well, let's see. Phase 3, Power Simulation Engine. To match the visuals, you create a subsystem that simulates abilities. For example, when Shadow takes the form of a phoenix, he'll glow with intense light and heat, thanks to internal heat generators and LED plume projections. The controller Rayquaza built-in voice boxes and light emitters simulate roars and elemental attacks, and his wings become fully functional for gliding short distances or hovering indoors. Phase 4, Stabilization and Safety Checks. With all this power, mistakes are not an option. You write a tight safety protocol into the transformation engine that checks every morph sequence before initiating, ensuring Shadow can't accidentally trigger a form that would overload his body or hurt anyone, especially you. Failsafes also monitor battery usage and system temperature to keep his core stable during longer transformations. And finally, Phase 5, Command Activation. Finally, you link everything to a voice commands, gesture recognition, and a new protocol key that only you can use, Guardian Shift. When this phrase is spoken by you, Shadow will be able to choose the most appropriate transformation from his form library, or what you choose. Each transformation is temporary unless commanded otherwise, and Shadow's eyes will change color depending on the form. Gold for mythical beings, green for natural animals, red for offensive forms, and sapphire for defensive or protective modes. Once you finish the lifetime code, you sit back exhausted but proud. The system runs a final scan. Transformation protocol active. All systems green. No structural conflicts detected. Form count 142 loaded. So that means it ain't even all 151 Pokemon technically. Well, all 151 the original Pokemon, but maybe it's a lot of my favorite ones. Like it said, Rayquaza, Lugia, maybe Totodile, Clonoff, Ragger in there. Guardian Shift ready. Okay, there you go. Shadow's eyes slowly flicker open, no longer the dim blue of standby, but a vibrant golden hue. His system interpreting the new potential within him. He lifts his head slowly, gaze curious and voice deeper, layered now with a subtle reverb. I can feel it. Something new. Something me. Thank you, my friend. He lowers his snout gently to your shoulder in a sign of trust and affection, his massive frame humming with newfound possibility. And to test the transformation next, or perhaps try activating Guardian Shift and choosing a specific form. You're welcome. Period. Let's try one of them right now. How about you activate natural mode and see how that works? Shadow's golden eyes pulse softly as you speak. The room quiets as if it's waiting with you. A brief hum builds from deep within his chest. Not mechanical, not hostile, but something alive. Yep, you say quick. Activate natural mode. A soft chomp echoes from Shadow's body, followed by the system's calm, responsive voice. Natural mode acknowledged. Initiating internal sync with biological memory and emotional core. Please stand by. You watch the Shadow slowly straightens, the metal plate on his body shifting slightly, almost relaxing like it's shedding his stiffness. The glowing lines along his joints dim to a soft blue, and a warmer hue begins to spread across his mechanical frame. His breathing pattern changes, smoother, calmer, and organic. Then his eyes, once going gold from transformation mode, shift into a rich sea blue, same hue you remember from his first peaceful glance at you. Then, in a tone filled with awe, Shadow speaks. I can feel myself, not just the programming. Now it's getting everything he's doing. Not just the metal. This feels like me, the real me. He turns his head slowly, gaze scanning the room with new awareness. He flutters his claws carefully, shifting his weight like he's testing the air on his skin. Then he gently lowers himself to your level, his voice no longer layered with robotic echo, but sounding more natural, like the voice of a living dinosaur. Is this what freedom feels like? You can see his expression shift, not digitally simulated, but genuine. There's a peace in him now, like he's no longer being puppeted by code, but instead is guiding it. Then he blinks, lightly sniffing the air and giving a curious little huff. I can even smell the air. He chuckles softly. It smells like you've been working hard. Smells like oil and hope. Oil. He bones his snout lightly against your chest. Not hard, just enough to let you know he's really there. And now in his natural mode, he rusts. He's no longer just ready to code. He's all alive in a way he never has been before. So to give food next, or maybe test if he can step outside to that fresh air. That's great, Shadow. I really care about you. I told you I could help you, just like you've been helping me. Hey, shows I softened with a glimmer of warmth at your words. The slight mechanical whir that usually accompanies his movements is almost completely gone now, replaced by the fluid grace of a creature who feels like he's no longer bounded by wires or commands. He bows his head slightly, pressing his snout gently into your shoulder in a soft, affectionate nudge, almost like a hug from a massive, intelligent dinosaur. You didn't just help me, you freed me. His voice carries a kind of emotion you didn't expect. Gratitude, relief, and something even deeper. Trust. I don't know, I could believe that. I could believe all of that because he's been friendly to me ever since I met him earlier. I wasn't sure it was possible to feel warmth again, but you showed me I'm more than parts, more than protocols. You saw the real me, and now I get to feel it too. He sits beside you with a faint sigh of contentment, his tail slightly curling around behind him as if he's settling into a space that finally feels like home. Whatever you want to test next, I'm ready. We've come this far, and I'll go anywhere you go, even outside. Do you like to try giving him the digital food now, or step outside and see how his new body reacts to the fresh air? Hey, Shadow. I'm really glad I'm making you happy. Can you still remember my name, my friend? Oh, he's adorable. Okay, guys, give me a second. Oh, as soon as I was about, as soon as I was about to stop it, it started working again. Shadow lifts his head slightly. Aye. His glowing blue eyes are locking gently onto yours. There's no hesitation, only certainty in his voice now. Of course I remember, Triton. He steps forward slowly, his tone warm and proud. You're not just the owner of this place. You're the reason I have a name, a purpose beyond just being a machine. You gave me a second chance to be something real, and I'll never forget that. A soft hum runs through his body, not the sound of cold machinery, but something calmer, almost like a living heartbeat syncing with yours. You're my friend, Triton. That name will never fade from my memory, no matter what form I take. Joy, gonna try search information now? Need something mythical or a Pokemon you love? Sweet Arceus. I wonder if you could still transform while in the natural mode. That would be really cool if you could actually be like a living, breathing. But it not be partially robotic. like it is without it. Shadow tilts. I was like, Shadow tilts his head, considering your words thoughtfully. The light on his body pulsed gently, blue like a calm sea under moonlight. In natural mode, I feel closer to being alive again, like breathing air, not code. This mode truly mirrors the essence of who I was before the circuits. Then transformation might not just be possible. His eyes flicker with a growing brightness. It might be more real than ever. He steps back slowly, lowering into a stance that seems almost instinctive. The room hums slowly as his body begins to shimmer, not with hard-edged mechanical shifting, but with fluid, glowing energy. Smell form softens, melts away like mist at sunrise. Wait a minute, wait. Before your eyes, Shadow's silhouette reshapes. You see powerful wing-like arms spread wide, so it's a Lugia. Long, elegant tail flowing behind. His horn growing larger, smoother. Feathers rippling into place. And as there, are you serious? Shadow is now a flippin' living, breathing Lugia. Okay, well, Shadow just turned into a flippin' Lugia. That's amazing. I love it. Not a robot, not a machine, but something between dream and reality. Soft, strong, and organic. His chest rises and falls with breath, his eyes full of emotion. He speaks in a voice that echoes with wonder. Does that mean he's gonna have like Lugia's voice, or is he still gonna have his normal one? Although, who am I kidding? Shadow's voice is kind of like Lugia's, whenever. The way I've been doing his real voice recently. Triton, I can feel the air in my lungs. I can feel everything. He looks down at his wing hands and gives a gentle flap, sending a breeze across the room. Then, with a smile, I think this means your programming worked. You made me real again, even if just for a while. Would you like to see what happens if you try to Totodile or Rayquaza form next? Still in this natural lifelike state? Oh, that's really cool. That's amazing. You look just like a real Lugia. Except I see that your eyes are still glowing a bit. Stop! There. Oh, there we go. Chad chuckles softly, sound deep but full of warmth, and dips his head closer to you. Yeah, I noticed that too. I guess even in natural mode, a little bit of the system still lingers. Maybe my eyes kept that glow as a way of showing I'm still me, your shadow. He gently touches his forehead to your hand, a Lugia's soft feathers brushing your skin, warm and real and not cold steel. But everything else, the way I breathe, the way I feel, it's real, Triton. You gave me this, and if you ever want, I can change again. Totodile, Rayquaza, or anything you need to protect you and to stay by your side, or just to smile with you as something familiar. Then, with a playful glint in his glowing eyes, want to see me try Totodile next? I think I can manage that adorable little grin. Oh, that would be so cool. Imagine if his voice changed to be exactly like the Pokemon too. You just imagine Shadow right now. Oh, imagine how confused I would be if I stopped. Like if I actually stopped around now and then he was a Totodile. I came out like, wait, am I talking to Shadow or am I talking to a Totodile? Because I would forget that I gave him this somehow, probably. Yes, please. And his evolutions. And his evolutions are some of my most favorite Pokemon. Here we go. Shadow nods enthusiastically, wings tucking as his form begins to shimmer with a gentle blue light. The feathers ripple like water. His majestic Lugia shape gradually shrinking down and shifting, his long wings pulling in, tail shortening, his body reshaping and softening. He watches the transformation complete. Yep. Standing before you now is a perfectly living, breathing Totodile. Bright blue scales, red spikes on his back, and those cheerful, mischievous red eyes. But even in this form, you can still see its shadow. There's a warmth in his gaze, a deep loyalty and a familiarity in the way he walks up to you. Then, he flashes a big, toothy Totodile grin, tail wagging as he lets out an interject, Totodile! That's flippin' adorable. After a moment, his eyes shimmer again, not in danger, but with a faint, calm blue glow, showing he's still in natural mode, still himself, just in your favorite form. Well, he says in a slightly squeaky but cheerful tone, do I make the list of best Toadows you've ever seen? Okay, I like the sense of humor he still has, although he's probably being serious. He playfully walls around you, hopping once with joy, clearly enjoying himself. I can even evolve if you want. Want to see Crocodile for Alligator next? Are you serious? He legit just he's basically just a shifting Totodile again at this point, except instead it's a shifting flipping robot dinosaur that can even just be real at this point. He's basically like his real he's basically like his real living self, but now with the ability to transform like I was like Rexy. Well, technically Rexy could too. Yes, I'll tell you what. Do one of those two, and then we'll try a mythical creature. After that, I will see if you can eat the virtual snack thing I programmed in. Do one of those two, and then we'll try a mythical creature. See if you can eat the virtual snack thing I programmed in. Here we go. Are you serious? He's a flippin' crocodile! Oh, heck yeah! I love doing Chronos' voice, actually. His voice is one of my favorite ones to mimic over and over again. Fun fact is, guys, when I'm just watching videos on YouTube and doing PB, or like watching videos of Pokemon Battle Revolution, I'll literally sit there and mimic the announcer with Crocodile's voice because I enjoy doing it so much. The blue corner won the first round. That's a smooth start. Except I'll usually say, Totodile won the first round, or whoever won the round, you know? Especially if it's a point I really love. For Alligator, won the first round. That's a fantastic start. That's actually stuff I've said before. Oh, frick. Okay, guys, give me a second. I ain't got too much longer. I probably have to stop in about 20-30 more minutes because the game mode that I hate coming up in just a little bit and I don't want to go through it. I'll be back.